Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. Just in case I missed it, I didn't see the record button stop flashing. This is Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show where I try to help you spend your wine dollars wisely. Today was an interesting day because at work, I still got the work shirt on, I'm doing this on my lunch. I have this area at the store, it's my pick of the month, Stan's pick of the month. And of course towards the end of the month is usually when I get a plethora of samples, people sales reps trying to get that spot because we sell quite a bit of wine off of that area. And really my criteria is it's got to be a real good QPR, quality to price ratio wine. Usually under $15 is my ideal price point, although it can go higher than that if it really rocks in the higher price range. So, oops, gotta get a glass. Go. So today, my buddy Matthew came by with some nice samples. We tried them, and one of those wines made the pick of the month. And then I also got a sample from another guy, Tom, and it is a very interesting Chardonnay that I had not heard of before, although there's a few people out there that know about it. I missed the newsletter. Anyway, now I know about it. I'm going to try it. First time for you guys. Let's go right on. This is an interesting Sauvignon Blanc from Chile that we tried. 2012 Andera Sauvignon Blanc. And it says Baron Philip de Rothschild on the bottom. So he puts his name on it. This rolls in at 12 bucks. I really like Chilean Sauvignon Blanc. I don't know how many of you have tried it, but it really does... They make some fantastic Sauvignon Blanc. And having already tried this one, I kind of have an idea what I'm getting into, but I'll review it for you guys so you can see what you're getting. 12 bucks for a Sauvignon Blanc, and I really felt this one rocked it. Let's see what we get on the nose. This has a little diesel action, a little of that rubber pool toy sort of thing going on. Get a little bit of grass, minerality. Some interesting lemon and melon notes come through on this one. But what I really liked about this one, actually I'm getting a little coconut, which is interesting. And what I really liked about this one in particular, what I like about it now, is the diesel on the nose. And for you guys that understand that, you get a little bit of diesel, but it's not a bad thing. It's not like you're pumping, diesel in your car, but it has that essence. And a lot of times with white wines, that's a good thing. And I can't explain why it's a good thing, other than what you end up getting in the mouth always turns out to be fairly interesting. So let's see what we get on the palate. This baby is zesty. Zesty, lemon and lime, good acidity. The grass comes through on the mid palate big time. There's chopped up grass, and then the minerality, you can get just the essence of that diesel coming through on the palate. Nice bone-dry finish. For those of you guys who like to have whites with shellfish, oysters, any of that stuff, this is it. This is a wine, it would rock it. I could just see oysters big time with this one. I couldn't go raw because that's just me, can't do the raw oyster thing, but I love them barbecued with a little Parmesan cheese. This would rock it. And it's 12 bucks, great price. I'm gonna go B+ on that one. I think it's a great Sauvignon Blanc from Chile. Chile. Let's move on to the next one. Another white. It's always funny. Some of these sales reps start bringing in these whites. I go, guys, we're at the end of September going into August. Featuring a white wine when it's raining outside is not really from a market standpoint isn't the best idea. Pop Crush White Blend, California, and you know what that means. They can get their fruit from anywhere in the state. Pop Crush White Blend, 11 bucks. This is a blend of a bunch of stuff: Viognier, Riesling, Chardonnay, Gewürztraminer, and Pinot Gris. No, Moscato. That was it, Moscato. So, you saw the label. Some people like it. I think it's a cool label. It's not my favorite. But labels do sell wine. FYI, as much as you might hate the idea, there's a lot of people that'll buy a bottle of wine based on the label. And I'm sure as the guys designing labels and wineries keep that in mind. But sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder what they're thinking when they come out with their labels. Some are crazy labels. Okay, let's see what we get on the nose. Now this one smells like a Viognier, and for those of you guys who are big Viognier fans like myself, it's got apricots, peaches, tangerine. It smells like a fruit salad sans the whipped cream. Just a real white flowers come through. Really an enjoyable aroma. That's what I love about Viognier. I like that about Torrontés too, out of Argentina. They get this big bouquet of tropical fruits on the nose. And did I tell you this? Yeah, 11 bucks. Let's see what we get on the palate. This could really fit a wide range of people. Sort of fruit forward up front. I wouldn't call it sweet, but there's a lot of like tropical fruits. Like I said, mango, apricot, papaya, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of tangerine. But then it finishes dry. So it kind of falls into two categories. Falls into the category of somebody that might want something a little bit on the fruit forward side, but then it finishes dry for those of you who are not into that super fruit forward style. I wouldn't call it sweet by any stretch, as I already said, but a very good wine. I like the dry finish. You could have this with shellfish. I would saute mussels in this wine. It'd be great. It'd be fantastic. This would also be good though with Asian fare, something with a little spiciness to it. It was funny when Matthew first tasted. He tasted it before I got to it, and I do all my tasting in my little tiny little rabbit hutch of an office right off of the wine department. And Matthew goes, "Oh, I don't like this wine," and so I started smelling it, and I taste it, and I go, well, it finishes dry. It's actually pretty good wine. He tasted it a couple more times. He goes, "No, you don't. You're right. It's good wine." So sometimes your initial reaction to a wine, you have somebody with you that says, "Well, he points out some things about it." It's happened to me. You end up thinking, you kind of backtrack. You go, wait a minute. No, you're right. It's good wine. If I would have known about this summer, I could have rocked this wine. Doesn't mean I'm not going to sell it at the store. I just can't, I might stack it. Who knows? Because this is very versatile with that kind of fruit forward on the front, dry on the back. It would go with a lot of different foods. I'm going to go B on that one. Let's move on to the next one. This was the one that got my attention. Now, maybe a lot of you know about this. Maybe I'm just backwards. Probably all you guys on the East Coast have already been onto this one. I don't know. This guy used to work for Rombauer, and he started his wine 2013 Butter. Not kidding you. Chardonnay, California. Again, get his fruit from anywhere. This rolls in at $16. What I like about this wine is the transparency. Obviously, you know what you're looking for in a Chardonnay called Butter. Now, that being said, Rombauer has it dialed in. I've never in my life, well, I still have a lot of life left, but at this point in my life, I have not tasted a wine so consistently smooth, buttery as Rombauer. $40. I'm hoping these guys come close. $16, you know, that's a more my level. You know, and every once in a while I get in the mood for a buttery Chardonnay. In fact, I prefer buttery tropical fruits over wood Chardonnays. And I love unoaked Chardonnay. So right off the bat, I get that buttery caramel, pears, a little perfumey, like perfume pears, but definitely like buttered popcorn all the way. I don't get a lot of like the wood aspect of oak on it, just the butter, the toasted caramel, sorry. Let's see what we get on the pipe. I'm kind of excited about this because it's hard to get Rombauer, and I run out of it a lot at the store, and people are always asking about it, and I'm try and get it. So I always like to have alternatives. Acacia is one that I turn a lot of people to. I like J. Lohr Chardonnay as a good alternative, but if you can, you know, they call it butter, and it definitely has a buttery tone to the color. Let's see what we got on the palate. That's what I would call on the sweet side of Chardonnay. And I do have some customers say, you know, I want a good buttery Chardonnay, but I don't want it sweet. Might not want to go there. It has the butter, but it's kind of like more on the butterscotch candy side for sure. Oof. Splash in the face. The pears are there. It's a little too fruit forward for me. I've tasted Rombauer. Rombauer, I would not call it fruit forward. It is buttery, but it doesn't go on the sweet side. This is on the sweet side. I know a lot of people, I do know a lot of people that will like this Chardonnay, but overall, I think it's a little too fruit forward. I'm not even going to say fruit forward. The pears are there, but I mean more on the candy-esque side of things. I'm going to go C+. I mean, it's above average, barely. It's not fakey, which I like. I don't like it. It doesn't taste like it has makeup. You don't taste wood chips or wood powder. If they use it, they did a good job of hiding it. But yeah, I'm going to go C+. I'm not going in the B category. It's a little too fruit forward, a little too candy-esque. Sweet, excuse me, candy-esque, sweet, but I know a lot of people are going to like it. $16. Let's move on to the next one. Now, as far as the coveted pick of the month spot, Matthew presented me with one of my favorite varietals, Carmenere, and you're going to find more Carmenere out of Chile than any other place, and this is the brother of the Sauvignon Blanc I just tasted, and this rolls in at $12. Andera Carmenere, Chile, 2012, Baron Philippe de Rothschild. There you go. Now, it can go anywhere from $12 to $11, and this made my pick of the month. So let's see what we get on the nose. This will be my pick for October. What I like about Carmenere, well, one of the scary things about Carmenere is it can get, there goes Bella, for some reason she wants to be in the last two episodes. It can go tossed salad, vegetal on you big time. And this one smells like that on the nose. I always get nervous because I know there's a lot of people that don't want tossed salad in their wine. A lot of green bell pepper. I get the dark cherries, blackberries. A little bit of asparagus coming through, a little red leaf lettuce action. You notice I'm not swirling it on the bar. I'm trying to keep the noise down. I don't want to put a tablecloth on this. A little banging of the bottles doesn't hurt anything, but when you start doing the glassing, it's really noisy. Yeah, I really like the nose on this one. I was a little worried when I went to taste it. I thought, wow, I'm going to get tossed out in the mouth, but let's see what we get on the palate. Nice fruit up front, good dark cherries, black currants, a little bit of whetstone, a little bit of minerality. I get some forest floor action on that, so there's a little dirt underneath. And then I get that a little bit of a chopped up grassiness, but no, there's no green bell pepper, barely on the back end maybe. There's none of that asparagus, there's none of that red leaf lettuce. The fruit, married with those vegetal aspects of the wine, turns it into a different animal on the palate. And a little bit of tobacco coming through on the backside. Nice complexity, firm tannins, but soft. They're firm, but they're very approachable. A little bit of white pepper on the back end, which I did not get before. I'm getting it now. Tobacco, and then there's this nice bittersweet chocolate on the back of the finish, which really, in my book, makes this an exceptionally complex wine for $11 to $12. And it's that kind of wine at that price point that really strums my chord, that says to me, I can sell a lot of this wine to a broad range of people. There's a lot of people that are going to like this. A lot of people are going to try Carmenere in October. I can guarantee it. And it's going to be because of this wine. Cheers. Thanks for watching.